Your breath yet, okay? So what you're doing is just coming into the moment, forgetting what's going on all around you, and just being present with yourself. Let everything go. And relax. Start to wake up your body just a little bit by rotating your wrists in one direction, ankles in one direction, and lengthening both your inhales and exhales. Go ahead and start to reverse the direction with both your ankles and your wrists. Keeping your eyes closed. And then take a deep stretch as you reach your toes away from your body and your arms up above your head. Breathing here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. Get a little bit longer. And exhale. Relax everything down. Roll to your right side. And work your way up to a seated position. You can open your eyes. So your mat needs to be perpendicular to, or it has to be in line with me. My mat's horizontal right now, or parallel to you, because I'm going to be demoing, all right? If you're having trouble with your seat, this is a good time to maybe take a towel or a block, and you're just going to bump that right underneath you, just to raise your seat. It'll open up your hips a little bit more. Let your knees fall to the ground. So whatever you have around, this equipment's not mandatory. These are just suggestions for you, okay? Take the backs of your hands to your knees and close your eyes again. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in from the lower belly all the way up through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Keep your eyes closed. Now, think about where your seat is right now. Are you even on your mat or on the floor? Keep breathing as you lengthen through your whole body, through the torso. Full breaths in and out through the rib cage as you lengthen through the top of your head. Your seat is still glued to the floor here. Keep breathing through the nose, long inhales and exhales. Take a deep breath in, open up your eyes and take your arms up to the sky. And then take that left hand to your right thigh as you take your back hand behind you. Deep breath in here. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Deep breath in here as you take it back up to the sky. My cat might tip that over here. Exhale to the other side. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Find length. And exhale. Just get slightly deeper into that twist. Deep breath in here. And then exhale. If you do have a block or a towel underneath you, you can remove that now. And then we're just going to put our hands down on the floor, on your mat, so that your wrists are in line with your shoulders here. Your knees are hip distance apart, and your knees are underneath your hips. Tuck your toes under. The insides of your elbows are facing towards me. We're in a neutral spine here. Deep breath in as you roll your shoulders back and look up to the sky. Exhale, untuck your toes and arch your back like a cat, pressing the floor away from you. Deep breath in, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, untuck the toes and pull your belly towards your spine. One more more time like that. Tuck your toes under, coming into cow pose here. Full exhale as you come into cat. And then inhale, come to a neutral spine, and then we're coming back into child's pose. It's okay if your bottom doesn't touch your heels. Just reach your arms out, place your forehead to the ground, and rest here. So keep breathing in child's pose. If you need a break at any time during this class, that's the pose you can come into. You can stay the whole class that way if you want. Remember, if you are needing a break at any time, please take a break. It doesn't matter how advanced your practice is. Beginners, I said this at the beginning. I know everybody wasn't logged in yet. Find the challenge and find the balance between hurting yourself and challenging yourself, right? So you do want to challenge yourself, but you don't want to hurt yourself. So keep breathing in child's pose. And then stretch your hands out here. Start to come to your knees. Make sure your knees are hip distance apart. Tuck your toes under. Now you're pressing the mat away with your hands. And then you're going to start to raise your hips up to the sky, coming into downward facing dog. So you can bend your knees here if this is a little bit of an odd position for you. Your feet are hip distance apart. Your heels are reaching for the ground. So you're not raised up here. You're trying to reach those heels to the ground as you press the mat away with your hands. Your shoulders, keeping this down dog position, as I explained, your shoulders are reaching towards your spine. So you're not shrugging your shoulders behind by your ears, you're pushing them down towards your tailbone. Keep your belly engaged and keep reaching your bottom towards the sky. So you want a nice flat back here as you reach your heels towards the ground. Deep breath in. Exhale, start to bend your knees if they're already bent, and start to try and lay your belly onto your thighs. And then keep that length in the torso as you straighten your knees without locking it out. So you keep a micro bend in your knees here. Deep breath in, start to bend your knees, and then start to straighten and just get longer in that torso. Take a rest here as you come back into that child's pose. And think about that motion and the feeling you have in downward facing dog. Right? So that's actually a resting pose if you're a beginner yoga. It feels like a struggle at first, but that is a resting
I'm in. Hey.
Another person in? Go ahead and tuck your toes under again. Start to raise your hips towards the sky into this downward facing dog. Some things that are helpful if you do have your blocks for downward facing dog to get that feeling on your wrists. Just put your blocks over there. Take your arms above it, and it'll give you a nice guide of how your knuckles are ground into the floor. So all of your knuckles on all of your fingers are ground into the floor. And you're pushing back, right? So your weight is not on your heels of your hands. You're really trying to put that weight into the fingers. Keep breathing here. And then we're going to roll it out into a plank position. You can remove blocks if you have them there. So upward push-up position. Your wrists are in line with your shoulders. You're pressing your heels away from you. And your belly is super engaged. If this is a lot, you can always drop your knees here. Totally fine. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and everybody's going to drop their knees to the ground. Exhale, drop your chest and chin to the ground as you keep your elbows close to the body. Untuck your toes. We're coming into a baby cobra here. So for baby cobra, take your forehead to the ground. Your thumbs are in line with your nipples. Pressing the shoelace sides of your feet to the floor, and your pinky toes are trying to reach the mat. Your body is super engaged. You're going to roll your shoulders back. Take your head up off the floor. and your chest off of the floor. So go ahead and take your forehead back to the floor. I'm going to just change positions here so you can see me. We're going to do this again. Fire up those legs. Shoelace sides of the feet are on the floor. Thumbs are in line with the nipples. You're going to start to raise your head off the floor. Now, your legs are supporting you, so you should be able to take your hands off the ground. Go ahead and take your forehead down to the floor. Keep breathing here as you come back into a child's pose. Take a few breaths here. In child's pose, think about what we just did. Might be moving a little fast if you're a beginner. But work on those basic ideas of grinding your knuckles into the floor with downward facing dog and having your heels reach the floor, right? So think about these parts individually first, and then we'll start to attaching them together. So coming back into this downward facing dog. Feet hip distance apart. Knuckles ground into the floor. Inside of the elbows looking towards me. Elbow or belly is fully engaged. Deep breath in here. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. We're rolling it out to plank position. If you need to drop your knees, drop your knees. Deep breath in. Exhale. Drop your knees to the floor if they're not there already. Elbows bend straight back. Chest and chin on the floor. Inhale, coming into a baby cobra. Shoelace sides of the feet, pressing like crazy on the floor. Exhale, child's pose. Taking a few breaths here. And then coming back into this downward facing dog. And then slowly starting to walk towards the front of your mat. So you're starting to walk towards me. And just hanging out here for a second and letting it go. Swinging it around. And then slowly stacking each vertebrae on top of each other. Shoulders and head coming up last. And just breathing here, not controlling the breath, but just trying to find your balance, right? So from here, we're going to come into mountain pose. It sounds like a very simple pose, but there's a little bit more going on. Your feet are touching each other. Your big toes are touching each other. Your heels are slightly apart. Not for everybody, so if this is a lot for you, you can take your feet hip distance apart. Totally fine. Slight micro bend in the knees. Everybody's going to lift their toes here. So you can feel all four corners of your feet on the floor. Your kneecaps are lifting right now. Your stomach is fully engaged as your spine lengthens. Dropping your shoulders to the ground. Just opening up your arms. Feel the top of your head reaching for the ceiling. Now you can feel like this is a very active pose. Keep this active feeling as you place your toes back on the ground. So breathing gently here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's try to move around a little bit more. So we're going to start a little bit of a flow. So staying in this mountain pose here. Deep breath in. Taking our arms up to the sky. Keep dropping your shoulders. Exhale. We're going to start to fly towards the ground with a full exhale. Your hands might not reach the ground. Totally fine. You can take them to your shins or to your thighs. Deep breath in here. As you look up, come up to a flat back. Take your hands up to your thighs. Exhale. If you need to bend your knees, totally fine. As you take your hands to the floor, and then you're going to step back into a plank position. Again, if you need to drop your knees, drop your knees. Take a deep breath in, everybody. Exhale. Advanced yogis, you can go into chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin here. Elbows tight to the body as you take your butt up like an inchworm. Inhale, baby cobra. Shoelace at the sides of the feet, pressing the floor. Exhale, tuck those toes under. This time we're coming into downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Heels reaching towards the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale. Go ahead and start to bend the knees and slowly walk towards the front of the mat. Inhale, look up to that flat back. Exhale, bring it back down. Great place for blocks here. You can always put your hand on blocks. Inhale, you're going to fly back up to the sky with a flat back. And exhale, coming back into that mountain pose, Tadasana. Okay, let's start to increase the pace a little bit. Deep breath in. Take your arms up to the sky. Keep dropping your shoulders. Exhale. You're going to fly it down towards the ground. Inhale. Look up to a flat back. Take your hands to your thighs. Exhale. You can bend your knees here as you step back, coming into plank position. Inhale here. Exhale. Knees, chest, and chin. Advanced yogis, you can power it up with the chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale. Baby cobra, upward facing dog for advanced yogis. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Catching our breath here for a few breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Bend your knees. Squeeze all the breath out and start to walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, look up to a flat back. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, fly it up to the sky. And then exhale, coming back into Tadasana, mountain pose. One more time like that. Take a deep breath in. Take it all the way up to the sky. Exhale, fly it all the way down to the ground. Inhale, look up to a flat back. Exhale, go ahead and place your hands on the ground and step back into this plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees, chest, and chin. Advanced yogis, you can power up with 2 chaturangas if you want. Inhale, baby cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Few breaths here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Bend your knees, squeeze all the breath out, and slowly walk towards your hands. Inhale, look up to a flat back. Take your hands to your thighs. Exhale, bring it down to the ground or to your blocks. Inhale, fly it up to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. All right? So warming up the body, that was Surya Namaskar A. Let's start on to something different. Everybody's like, I just got a grasp on that. Now we got to move on to something different. Just a little bit of a change up here, right? So if you can keep your toes together and your heels slightly apart, totally fine. If you need to take it out hip distance, it's your practice. So for me, I'm going to take my toes together, heels slightly apart. I'm going to lift all of my toes off the ground, and then I'm going to bend into my knees. So bending my knees into this awkward chair pose. My tailbone is reaching for the ground. So I'm not curving it up. I'm pulling it down, and my core is working here. From here, my shoulders are dropping down towards the ground, and my torso is flat as I'm trying to reach my head towards the ceiling. If you have it in you, you can take your arms up to the sky. So we're going into Utkatasana, right? Deep breath in here. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Get a little lower. Inhale 3. Exhale. Deep breath in. As you start to come up, place your toes on the ground. And then start to dive on down towards the floor again. Inhale. Look up to a flat back, taking your hands to your thighs. exhale. This time, what we're going to do carefully, we're going to bend our knees, and I'm going to take my left blocks here. If not, fingertips to the floor. If you need a little bit more of a lift, you can take your hands to your thigh. Take a deep breath in here and exhale. It's a little intense. Pull that knee towards you a little bit more. You want that front knee at a 90-degree angle and over your ankle. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. So moving on from here, we're going to take our hands back to the floor. Now listen carefully. You're going to power up that back leg and pull it up off the floor. And then you're going to turn it at a 45-degree angle. So the toes are pointing in a little bit. Your heels are in line with each other. We're just going to stay here for a second and breathe because this is a lot of work. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. From here, we're going to place our hands to the floor. And then we're going to step back into that plank position again, right? Upward push-up position. Deep breath in here. Exhale. Drop your knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Inhale. Coming up into a baby cobra. I had a cat back there. Exhale. Coming back into that downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. From here, take a deep breath in as you take that left foot up to the sky. Flex that back foot. And then we're going to pull our knee towards your nose. Advanced yogis, you can do a few of these for a little bit of core workout. From here, you're going to step that foot between the hands. Now, if it doesn't reach, you're going to grab the back of your calf and pull it up there between your hands. Okay? So dropping that back knee towards the floor. Keep your fingertips here. If you need to move your knee in a little bit more, totally fine. But breathing here for a little bit. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Take your hands towards the floor. Power up that back foot. And you're going to step it in to reach that front foot. Inhale, looking up to a flat back here. Exhale, coming back down into the knees. Inhale, bend those knees, coming back into awkward chair. And taking your arms up to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Right, so you're at the front of your mat again. A couple more rounds like that. We're going to bend into those knees and take our arms up to the sky. So lift your toes here, see what happens. See all 4 corners of the feet really balance on the floor evenly, right? So that's how it should feel even if your toes are on the floor. Your toes are there for balance. Taking your arms up to the sky, engaging your belly, keep dropping your shoulders down. Deep breath in here, and we're going to swan dive as we straighten our legs coming down to the floor. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhale. Go ahead and come down. This time we're taking that right leg behind us. Right? To the front of my mat. Move this cat. And drop that back knee down. Untuck those toes. You can keep your fingertips here. If that's a little bit of a struggle, you can always move that back knee in a little, right? It's great for your hip flexors. So the further back you do have that knee, it's going to feel a little bit more intensely. If you want, you can take your hands towards your thigh. And you're breathing here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead and take your hands back to the ground. And from here, let's power up that back leg And we're coming into that angled foot again, 45-degree angle with that back foot. Your heels are in line with each other. Your knee is right over your ankle. Your front knee is right over your ankle. Now your weight, you have weight on that back foot, right? So we're going to stay here for a second because it's a lot of work. What you're trying to do is trying to get that back edge of that back foot sealed towards the ground. So you're lifting that inner arch. Deep breath in here. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Equal weight on both feet. Inhale 3. And exhale. Go ahead and place your hands on the ground. Coming back into that plank position here. Deep breath in. Advanced yogis, you can power up with 2 chaturangas. Exhale. Knees, chest, and chin come to the ground. Inhale. Baby cobra, upward facing dog for advanced yogis. Exhale. Coming into downward facing dog. You can always take a child's pose here. Taking a few breaths. Coming back to our breath, right? Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead and bend your knees. Oh, sorry, guys, that's not what we're doing. We're taking our right foot back up behind us and then taking our knee towards our nose. You should feel this in your core. Advanced yogis, you can do this a few times for a little core work here. Exhale, place that foot between the hands. If it doesn't reach, grab behind your calf and pull it up there. Deep breath in, exhale, drop that back knee towards the floor. Untuck those toes, and then you can stay here on your fingertips, or take your hands towards your thigh. Deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead and take your hands towards the floor, and then power up that back foot here. Step it towards the front foot. Inhale, we're looking up to a flat back. Motorcycle in my face. Exhale, coming back down to the ground. Bend your knees, and then circle your arms up to the sky. Coming up into Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Right? So warming up a little bit, moving around. We're coming back into that Utkatasana. Well, let's work on some of those warrior positions that I was doing before. So come back into this Utkatasana. Upward chair pose, taking your arms up to the sky. Drop your right arm beside you, and then take your left hand towards that left thigh. You can take that back arm now and wrap it behind you. Deep breath in and start coming into this twist. Your knees are even, so if you look down and one of your knees is jutting out, put them back in line together and keep twisting from the belly. Deep breath in, exhale. Inhale 2, exhale, inhale 3, exhale. Hands come up to the sky, exhale to the other side. Deep breath in, exhale, look at your knees, make sure they're in line with each other. Deep breath 2, exhale, inhale 3, exhale. Deep breath in, coming back up to the sky, straightening up those legs. We're not bending down this time. What we're doing is we're going to take that left leg and pull it back behind us. So it's that 45-degree angle again, right? We're going to work on our warrior poses here. So that front knee, what it's doing is it's bending towards a 90, got to make sure we're the right distance. So you're bending into that front knee at a 90-degree angle. You're lifting up to the belly, and your shoulders are dropping, and you're taking your arms up to the sky. What's happening with that back leg? That back leg is straight with a little micro bend in the knee, and that back edge of that back foot is sealed to the ground. So there's equal weight with both feet, okay? Deep breath in here. Keep dropping those shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Start to straighten that front knee. Position your hips so you're facing the front of the room, or towards me. So really make sure your hips are facing towards me like headlights. So it should look like this from the front. Okay. So we're finding lift, dropping those shoulders, keeping equal weight on both feet. Deep breath in here.
Exhale, just start to bend, nothing else changes, just a bend in that front knee. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead and start to straighten in that front leg. Come back, stepping towards the front of your mat. Tadasana. Deep breath in. Start to come back into Utkatasana here. Exhale, straighten, and then step the other foot back behind you. Right. So you're stepping back again. Change it this way. So your right foot is behind you this time, and your heels are in line with each other. Back foot's in at a 45-degree angle. Feel equal weight on both feet. And into that front knee, 90-degree angle with that front knee. Sometimes you might not be there, right? So take a look. Make sure your ankle and knee are in line with each other. Take your arms, pull them up to the sky. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale. And then inhale, start to straighten on that front knee again. Right? Feel weight on that front big toe pad. Really press into the ground with that. Now, you're really trying to get your hips in line so that we're looking towards me with your hips like headlights here. Back foot, equal weight as the front foot. Back edge is really sealed down like you have a $100 bill back there. And then from here, keep your hands on your hips for this one. As you start to just bend into that front knee, and just feel a little more centered as you take your arms up to the sky. Keep dropping your shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and straighten that front knee. And then come to the front of your mat when you're ready. Right? Tadasana. So adding on from there. We're going to add on into Warrior 2. So we're coming back into Warrior 1. We're just doing a little bit of a switch up, right? So coming back into this Utkatasana, awkward chair pose. This is great for your butt and thighs, guys. Okay? So just remember that. If you want to straighten and then come back down into it for a little extra workout, totally fine. Deep breath in here. And then exhale. Go ahead and straighten your legs. And take that left foot back behind you again. So check it out. Make sure your heels are in line with each other. Back foot's in at a 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle with this front knee. So you can really feel the work coming through that back thigh there, right? Arms come up. We're taking a few breaths here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Equal weight, remember. Deep breath in. And exhale. On our next breath, we're going to switch it up. Deep breath in. Exhale. We're opening it up into Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. So nothing changed with my knee. It's still, it shouldn't have even straightened in between, right? So it's still a 90-degree angle. Back foot taking equal weight. It's like as if we're between two panes of glass, right? So we're trying to make this as two-dimensional as possible. We're not reaching out like this. Keeping it centered. Deep breath in. Exhale. Gaze is over that middle finger. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead. This time we're going to straighten that front leg. Start to switch it. Right. So right now we're switching towards the other side, so that our left foot is running towards the back of the mat. Wait a minute, I just realized you guys are facing the back of the room if you do that. Never mind. I'm doing this like a regular yoga class. Go ahead and come back to the front of your mat again. And then you're going to take your right foot back behind you this time, right? Remind me when stuff like this happens. Go ahead and take your right foot back, and then your left foot is in front. So you're going to bend into that front knee, and then your heels are in line with each other here. Right? Back foot's in at a 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle bend with that front knee. Headlights for hips, facing forward, deep breath in. Take your arms up to the sky. Exhaling here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On your next breath in, you're going to find lift in your belly. Nothing changes except you're twisting out so that your torso is facing towards the side of your mat, right? Shoulders are still relaxed here, but your arms are super engaged. Try not to lean back. Try not to lean forward. Find the center of gravity right between your legs here. Deep breath in. Exhale. 2. Exhale. Inhale. 3. Keep reaching out with those arms. Exhale. Go ahead and start to straighten that front leg and then start to come towards the front of your mat. Okay? So, I hope everybody's following. Building on to that, we're going to come back into our Utkatasana, which I'm sure everybody is loving. If you want a little bit of extra, you can start to bend lower, right? Or if you're in advanced yoga, you can come to your toes and bend even lower, okay? Deep breath in here, and then we're going to step our left foot back behind us. Coming back into the Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Find your alignment. We're not going to spend as much time here. We're going to take our arms up to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, Warrior 2. Looking over that front middle finger. Straighten that front leg. And then start to reach. We're not going anywhere. We're just reaching. So your back hip is coming out this way. Your front hip is pulling towards the back, right? We're just staying here for a second. Deep breath in. Exhale. Your legs are working like crazy here. Still equal weight on both feet. Deep breath 2. Exhale. You're rotating from the belly and looking up over that back shoulder. Inhale. 3. Exhale. Deep breath in. Start to bring it back up. Bend into that front knee. Start to take it towards the front of your mat. Okay? Coming back into Utkatasana. Stepping the other foot back behind you. Right leg this time. Doing your checks, right? 45-degree angle, heels in line with each other. 90-degree ankle on that front leg. Equal weight on both feet. Deep breath in here. Drop your shoulders. Exhale, let's bring it right into Warrior 2. Right? Still equal weight on both of this. From here, deep breath in. Start to straighten that front leg. Really fire up through that belly. Your belly should be engaged in all these poses here, right? And then start to reach forward so that front hip is reaching towards the back of the room. And we're just using a lot of our core here as we're looking over that back shoulder. Twisting from the belly because we're trying to shine our chest up to the sky. Deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. And exhale. Deep breath in. Start to bring it back up. Bend into that front knee for just a second. And then bring it towards the front of the mat. All right? So, warriors, we did a little bit of a modified triangle. What we're going to do from there is we're going to bring it back down to the ground. I know that there was requests for certain things. So we'll bring it back down to the ground. Again, if you have blocks, great. If not, there's things around the house, books or anything, totally fine to use. I have firewood here, so we can, a cat maybe. So we're going to bring it back down to the ground. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take that front knee at a 90-degree angle here. And we're going to come back and place our hands on the ground. Or if you have blocks, you can place them on the blocks. Any size, right? Depending on where you're at with your practice. But from here, I'm going to take that back leg and I'm going to put it into a lunge position. So it's going to look like this. Again, blocks, right? So this might be a little intense. That's totally fine if you do need to drop your back knee. We will all be dropping our back knee here in a second. You're going to take that front foot and place it to the outside. So you're going to the right side of your mat, almost to the edge of that right side of the mat, and placing that right hand inside and taking that left hand down, right? Again, drop that back knee. Untuck those toes. If you do have it and you feel like this is super intense, try to raise the floor up towards your face. You can stay here. You should be able to feel this in your hips right now, right? So it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna do a modified lizard here. So from the front, it's gonna look like this. Advanced yogis, you know where to go. If you want to go to your forearms, go to your forearms for this one. It's up to you. You can stay here and just breathe because this is a little intense, right? Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. If you're in an advanced position, you can come back and start to come to your hands again, okay? From here, a little bit more of a hip opener. So if you have super tight hips, this will feel a little intense. It's up to you how much you want to do. Remember, this is your practice. From here, what we're going to do is roll to the outer edge of that right foot. So you're going to feel this in your hips. It should feel good, though, especially if we've been sitting more than usual during the day. So you're just opening up that knee, flex that foot, and breathe here, plugging your shoulders in shoulder sockets. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Gently bring it back in. And then start to move that foot towards the middle of the mat. Come back. Just give yourself a little bit of a loosening up on that hip. Okay. Coming back to both knees. Sitting back for a second. Feeling that, maybe rubbing it out a little bit. It's up to you, right? A little bit more of a deeper, intense stretch on that one. But we're going to do this on the other side because we got to have balance. So go ahead and place that left foot in front of you. Right? You can come up into this lunge first and feel that nice lunge pose. And take that left foot to the left edge of your mat. So your left hand comes to the inside of that left foot or towards your blocks. This is what it will look like with blocks. If you're doing this with blocks and stuff, don't let that extended hip fall to the ground, right? It's working. You're trying to keep those hips even. Advanced yogis, you can come down to your forearms if you want. Everybody's going to untuck those back toes. And then we can come to our hands or onto our blocks from here. Deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. From here, advanced yogis, you can come up onto your hands again. And then you can start to roll to the outside of that left foot as you open up your knee. It's going to be a little more intense with that hip stretch here, loosening up the hips a little bit more. Deep breath in. Exhale. Keep that belly tight. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Gently start to bring it back. And then bring it towards the middle of your mat. Just kind of massage it out for a little second there, right? A little intense on the hips. Go ahead and bring it back. And then step back into child's pose. Just let it go for a second, right? So just keep breathing here. You can close your eyes in child's pose. Just wiggle out your hips a little bit. So we're bringing it closer to the ground now for some of our ground practice. For core, people that have taken my class before know I try to include core in almost every class because it is very important with all of these poses that your core is working. Just keep breathing.
when you're ready, you're going to work your way up to a seated position and take your legs out in front of you. Right? So just shake out your legs a little bit, you're still loosening up those hips. And then take your feet hip distance apart, knees are bent, your sit bones are on the ground, you're keeping a straight back here, you're not rolling into that lower back. It's going to be really tough on your lower back, so you don't want to be on that tailbone, you want to be on those sit bones, those bones right on your bottom neck, right? So from here, you can just, this is actually a lot of work. Lean back, you'll feel your core start to tighten, and you can stay right here with your arms plugging into the shoulder sockets and just feel that core working. A little extra challenge can come to your toes, right? You'll feel it a little more intensely with your core here. So keep breathing here through your nose. A little more challenge. You're going to take one leg off the floor and then the other. Keep on those sit bones. We're not coming back. We're keeping that back straight, right? Advanced yogis, you know where to go with your legs from here, right? So if you want to straighten your legs all the way up, go ahead and straighten your legs up. So we've got a few options here, what we're doing. So, extra challenge. If you're advanced, you can start to bend and then straighten, bend and straighten. If you have your legs up here, start to take an inhale and then exhale out. Inhale up, exhale up, down. Or also, if you're down on the floor with your toes, you can take a deep breath in. Exhale, take your heels to the floor. Inhale, this will work your ankles as well. Exhale. Wherever you're at, we're just taking a few breaths here. And then coming back to a seated position. Shake it out. So a few options, right? A little jumbled. Wherever you're at in your practice, we're going to come back into that core pose, right? Take your feet towards the floor. Now that we know where we're at and what we're going to do, your practice, go ahead and come to your toes, level, or way up into the sky. It's up to you. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can just stay here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Leg movement is not mandatory. These are extra things. Go ahead and take your feet towards the ground. Take your legs out. Take your hands behind you. Just shake everything out. Okay? One more time like that. And take our feet down to the ground. Come to your toes if you want. Leaning back, keeping your torso straight. Sit bones solid on the ground. Right? If you want to move up, move on up. You want to move from there? From there, right? Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Everybody come back down. Take your legs out. Shake it out. And we're about to come onto our back bends. Right? So back bends, you know, if you have back issues, it's totally fine. Just be gentle with your back. We're going to be having a bridge. So if you do have a blocker and you just want to do a restorative, you can put the block under your sacrum, which I will show you how to do. If you don't want to come all the way up, that's totally fine, right? Anybody that has back problems, the bigger issue is going to be forward bends. So be very, very careful coming out of a back bend, because we usually go into forward bends, to not overdo it on a forward bend. That's actually going to be more harmful for your back, okay? So I'm going to come to the floor. Everybody, I said this in the email, but everybody watch me first. If you don't understand a pose, please sit up and watch me, but especially for this one, because I don't want you cranking your head trying to watch me and do this at the same time. So I'm going to go over it first. Watch me for each step, and then we'll all do this together. So go ahead and sit up, and then I'm going to come to my back so you can have an idea of where to go. If you can, try to get your heels towards your bottom so that you can brush your fingertips against your heels. Your heels are just slightly apart more than your toes. You're slightly pigeon-toed here, and your knees are hip distance apart, right? So you're not coming in like this. Your heels and your hips and your knees are in line with each other, okay? So from here, what you're going to do is you're going to lift, starting with your tailbone. So you're feeling your belly engaged. And you're going to roll each vertebrae up off the floor. And then you're going to come and lift your hips off the floor. Your legs are working like crazy here. And you don't want any weight on your vertebrae, on your cervical vertebrae. So what you're going to do is you're going to shift your shoulder blades underneath you. You can keep your arms here. That's totally fine. Just make sure you're on your shoulder blades and not on your cervical vertebrae. From here, if you want to move on, you can start to clasp your hands, if you have it, underneath you. Try to engage, but don't clench your glutes, okay? So your legs are doing most of the work here, not your back. Your back will feel it. Take a few breaths. Take each vertebrae down to the ground. And then you're going to just take your feet hip distance apart. Keep watching me. So if you do happen to have blocks at home, great. If you want to do restorative, this will feel great on your back. What I mean by using a block is you're going to take it under that flat bony part at the bottom of your spine, your sacrum, right here, right over there. And this feels great. You can do it at any side, even down, right? Or if you have a couple of towels, you can do that. You can stack them up, and you can just keep your back bent like that. Other challenge to make sure your legs are working, if you do have a block or a wine bottle or something, you can take it between your legs. I have worked out with wine bottles before. They are great weights, so you can start to lift into there, and you'll feel your legs working. Okay? So everybody on their backs, feet close to the bottom. You're brushing your fingertips against your heels if you have it. Feet are slightly pigeon-toed in, and your heels are in line with your bottom. Knees are hip distance apart. Everybody's going to start to take their tailbone up to the sky. Advanced yogis, let's keep with bridge first, just to get into it. And then when you're ready, roll onto your shoulder blades. Keep that weight off the cervical vertebrae. And then really just lift your hips up to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale. If you're in restorative with a block under you, you can just stay here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Go ahead and undo the clasp. Undo your shoulders. Take each vertebrae down to the ground. Knock your knees together. Feet are hip or mat width apart. And just lay here, breathing, and feeling your back just stretch out. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Doing that a couple more times. We're going to take our feet again into that position where it's close to our bottom. Pigeon toe here. If you want to use a block, this is what it's going to look like. If you're in restorative, stay in restorative. Start to lift the tailbone. Advanced yogis, you can start to go into your full wheel if you want a full wheel practice. And then we're going to breathe here for 5 breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Go ahead and start to take everything back down to the ground. Remove the block or books or whatever you have. Start to take a break here. Breathe into it. And then one last time, advanced yogi set up for full wheel. Don't look around in this pose. Sit up if you need to look, and then catch up, okay? Deep breath in as we start to take our tailbone up to the sky, rolling our shoulders underneath us, and breathing deeply here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5.
Exhale, slowly start to bring it down. Right? Taking and knocking our knees together, feet hip distance apart. Maybe start to windshield wipe our legs. And then we're gonna just take our knees to the right side. If you have back issues, please be careful on twists as well. Right? They can feel good, but you just want to make sure that you're very careful. Look over your opposite shoulder. So if your knees to the right side, you're looking over the left. Deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Go ahead and windshield wipe your legs. Starting to really wind down here. And then we're going to bring them to the other side, right? Looking over our right shoulder this time. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Full breaths. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Go ahead and bring it back up. Hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Keep that tailbone on the ground. Right? Don't strain your back. And then when you're ready, roll up to sit. Somebody's relaxed. And then we're just going to do some extra stretches here. Right? Finding a nice seat on our sit bones. This would be a great time for a towel, actually. Oh, I feel bad about this. Sorry, Big Patty. So if you do have a towel, it's a great place for a towel. If you're finding a hard time finding your seat and you're struggling and it's super uncomfortable in some of these poses, it's a great time to use a towel or a block. The block might be a little high for this, so a lot of people will take an extra mat if they have an extra yoga mat, just put it underneath them, right? So this will raise your hips a little bit. It'll help release that struggle of trying to find an even seat. We're releasing the back, so be careful. If you do have back problems, like I said before, sometimes these forward bends are actually a lot more aggressive in making injuries than a back bend is. It's actually more relaxing. If you do have a strap, great. This is great. Okay. If you have a strap like I have here, it's a great time to use it when we're on the floor doing all these forward bends and leg stretches and stuff. Not, towel works just as fine. Right? My deteriorating towel. So again, you're gonna flex your feet like crazy here, right? So your heels are almost reaching up off the ground. You're feeling a solid seat. Your sit bones are really rooted into the floor. This is what it's gonna look like. My belly is super engaged. Yeah? So from here, use this towel. Keep flexing the feet. And if you have back issues, like I mentioned, you're not going to go full bone into this. You're going to just kind of come into a very relaxed position here. Anybody else? We're going to come into our Paschimottanasana stretch. So you're going to feel, again, that your legs are fully engaged, almost like you're standing in that Tadasana pose. Roll your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Think about the top of your head reaching towards me instead of trying to get your belly to your thighs. So deep breath in here. Exhale, start to move your head, the top of your head, towards your feet. Deep breath 2. Exhale, keep engaged. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Inhale 6. Exhale. Inhale 7. Exhale. Inhale 8. Exhale. Come on up. Shake your legs out. And then you're going to take your right foot and take it over that left thigh. You're standing on that right foot, meaning your whole foot's on the ground. It's not flopping off, right? Front foot still flexed. So your right knee is up, your You're taking your back hand behind you as if you're on, it's coming and propping you up, right? So you don't want to be relaxed back. You still want to be even on your sit bones. Take that other elbow and put it over that right thigh. Deep breath in. Exhale, looking over that right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and twist it out to the other side. And then from here, hip opening, right? You can either take your ankle, you don't want it on your knee, you want it above your knee on your thigh. You're going to flex both feet, and you should be, if you have really tight hips, you should really feel this already in here. You can stay here. A little more advanced, you're going to come into double pigeon, so you're going to take that bottom leg, so your shins are in line with each other. Your knees are right over your ankles. Your ankle is above your knee. So you're not sliding it in, you're not going to get the benefit of the pose. You're going to feel intense. You'll know when you have it, right? So if you haven't done double pigeon before, keep your feet flexed to save your knees, right? And for a lot of people, I remember the first time I did this, I was just like, hell no. So it's hard to do is to let go. Take a deep breath in, a full breath, and exhale, let your hips go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, if you advanced yogis, if you want to move forward, move forward. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale, relax into your hips. Inhale, 5. Exhale. Inhale, 6. Exhale. Inhale, 7. Exhale. Inhale, 8. Exhale. Go ahead and work your way out of it. Be gentle with yourself, right? Shake it out. And then go ahead and take that right leg towards the inside of that left thigh. Keep flexing that front foot. We're almost done here, right? Keep flexing, flexing, flexing. Great place for a towel again. If you want a towel, loop it over that front foot, right? Twist your belly button, so twist your belly so your belly button's in line with that front knee. Loop it over if you want. Find a straight back. And then exhale, start to take the top of your head to the front of your foot. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Exhale. Go ahead and shake it out. Coming back into Paschimottanasana. So making sure our butt flex is away from our sit bones. You can use a towel if you need it, right? Those are great tools, a block if you have a deeper stretch to get deeper, right? So that's up to you guys. Flex your feet, feel your legs fully engaged. Think about rollers at your hips. You're bending from the hips, right? Not from the lower back. Find a straight back, and then start to walk your hands to wherever it makes sense, whether it's with a towel or more advanced, right? Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. Inhale, 6. Find length. Exhale. Find deeper. Inhale, 7. Lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, 8. And exhale. Go ahead and pull it back. Shake your legs out. Right? This time you're going to take your left foot over. Stand on that left foot. Don't let it flop around. Flex that front foot. Take your back hand almost like a second spine behind you. Hook your right elbow up over that left thigh. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Exhale. Inhale, 6. Exhale. Inhale, 7. Exhale. Inhale 8. Exhale. Counter twist to the other side. I think I did more counts on the other side. So go ahead. Coming into pigeon, double pigeon. If that's too intense to have both your legs underneath each other, that's totally fine. You can keep that right foot extended. Left ankle is over that right thigh. And keep both legs flexed. You can move forward for a little bit more intensity, right? If you have double pigeon, stack your shins on top of each other. Ankles and knees are right in line with each other. Make sure your foot's not flooding in, right? So it's ankles and knees on top of each other, shins stacked. You can stay here, plenty of work. If you want to move forward, if you have more of an advanced practice, go ahead and move forward. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Inhale 6. Exhale. Inhale 7. Exhale. Inhale 8. Exhale. Go ahead and move it back up if you were bent forward. Release your legs for a second. Shake it out. And then take that left foot into that right thigh. Towel. You want a towel? You can also use a block. You can use your hands. Right? Deep breath in. Line up your belly button with your front knee. And then start to walk it forward to wherever it makes sense. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. And a little bit of a cat. There you go. Come on back. Shake your legs out. Wrapping it up. So the last part, which is some people's favorite part of the practice, is going to be Shavasana. So it's corpse pose. We're going to lay on our backs. If you want to make yourself comfortable, maybe rolling up towels and putting them underneath your knees. Making a pillow, maybe putting on a sweater or a shirt, an extra shirt, covering up your legs, whatever you need to do to make yourself comfortable. You're going to come down and just let everything go. Close your eyes. And we're just going to lay here in silence. I will bring you back out. So I will cue you when we're going to come out of Shavasana. And we're just going to lay here with your eyes closed, relaxing and enjoying the work we did today, okay? So go ahead and close your eyes once you get comfortable with your when you're ready, start to breathe deeper. Bring life back into your bodies. Start to circle your ankles, circle your wrists in one direction, and then circle them in the other direction. Take a deep breath in and really stretch it out. Keeping your eyes closed. And the stretch goes through your whole body. And then when you're ready, just roll everything to the left side. And then just prop your head with your left arm like a bird. From here, keep your eyes closed as you work your way to a seated position.
Need a block or your towel underneath you, whatever's most comfortable for you. Find that seat. Take the backs of your hands to your knees. A deep breath here. Exhale. Take your hands together at your chest. Take your thumbs to your forehead, to your lips, back down to your chest. Now forward to seal the practice. Namaste. Thanks for joining me, everybody, today. It's great to see everybody from all walks of my life, so I'm glad that you're able to join me for a basics class. If you have any questions, you can put on your audio or you can put it into the chat, so let me know.